Welcome to another Indie Dev Showcase, highlighting the many indie games we play here on the channel. If you'd like to submit a game for a future video, please reach out. But otherwise, let's begin. We're starting this week's showcase off with the demo for Windswept. This is a platformer when a tortoise and duck friendship gets swept away in a storm. It's up to them to combine the power of friendship and platforming in order to find their way back home. If you've played any kind of mascot-driven platformer, you should be very familiar with what we're going to be doing here. The game reminds me a bit of the Donkey Kong Country series in terms of kind of the platforming and the physics involved. But here you'll be using both characters at the same time. So you'll be able to do moves such as a flirt jump, launching yourself using your friend to then teleport to them, all in the pursuit of getting through these levels and collecting all the different items and MacGuffins that you can find. I found this one to be quite enjoyable. It feels like it's going to be on the moderate to moderately challenging side, again kind of emulating the old Donkey Kong Country style of platforming. So I did like what I was seeing in this one. I'm curious to see where it's going to go in terms of any more advanced challenges and more interesting level design in the finished game. So if you are a platformer fan and looking for another one where you'll be teaming up with some random animals in order to do all the platforming, I would give this one a try. We now go to Sacre Bleu. Now the footage you're seeing is taken from the demo, but the main game was released in 2025. This is an action platformer where you play the leader of the Musketeers, who has been imprisoned falsely. In order to save France, we must slash and shoot our way around. Our main platforming gimmick here is the use of bullet time in order to kind of either reflect shots around or to platform using your blunderbuss. Each level will revolve around you finding lots of secrets, killing enemies as stylishly as you can, and getting to, of course, the very end. There are, of course, giant boss fights, which we did not get a chance to see in our demo. The jumping and general physics in this one are very well done. Again, I like the use of the bullet time to add a little bit more of an interesting platforming, but still make things easy enough that you don't need to be like Super Meat Boy levels of skill in order to play it. I am interested in playing the finished game at some point, but this one definitely comes with a recommendation, at least checking out the demo if you're a fan of a lot of high-flying platforming, and of course bullet time all over the place. And now we go to Stand Alone. Now there's a confusing part. This is the demo to the prologue to the main game, which I'm not sure is even going to follow this. But it is a world where cyborg enhanced wolves are killing sheep. And we have been granted some kind of special power, and now we must hack, slash, and destroy the evil wolf army and learn more about why we've been given all these strange roguelike-ish powers. As you can tell from the footage, our gameplay here should be very reminiscent to fans of Dead Cells. This is going to be very high movement, action take, as you'll gain different abilities as well as different perks, and use them to destroy anything that gets in your way. The combat felt a little bit floaty in places, especially when you're trying to attack multiple enemies and they're all just like kind of attacking off pattern. The demo showed off just a very little of the meta progression. You're able to unlock new abilities that can show up, and it's hard to tell, at least for right now, how much is going to be in the main game if you're not already like a hardcore fan of a Dead Cells style action roguelite. Still, it has some really solid pixel art. I'm curious to see how the prologue is going to do, and what this will mean for the main game when it is all out. And now we go to another fantastically looking game with Nairi Rising Tide. This is the sequel to the first game, with both being point-and-click adventure games, where you explore a world where animals and humans coexist. It's up to you to try and brave your way through a variety of puzzles and situations. We're out of the tower, now we're exploring a town itself. Now, as with the first game, this is a point-and-click style, so you'll go from image or screen to screen, looking for items and MacGuffins that you may need for clues or for puzzles. It can be a little disorienting moving around, as since you're navigating from one image to another, you kind of run that issue where west could be north, east could be south, and that kind of thing. Now, we only played this for about like an hour or so on stream. The puzzles seem to be on the moderate to moderately challenging side, but I'm sure things will get more advanced as you get further along. I would say this is a really solid one for any point-and-click adventure fan. If you did miss the first game, it would definitely be worth it to play that one as well, so you can keep track of the story and see more of this beautiful art style. So I would give this a recommendation for any of the point-and-click adventure fans in the audience, and hopefully we'll get another game in the future. And now we go to Boyce the Voice. This is a rhythm game where you play as a voice actor who discovers that their voice may be the key to destroying or perhaps saving the world. And we're going to have to talk our way through 6 different levels of rhythm challenges. Our gameplay here, as you can probably tell, is based on rhythm. There are different difficulty settings that will affect the rate, frequency, and difficulty of the different songs, and of course you're going to be graded on how well you keep to the beat. The story is pretty good, and I would say this is a really solid game. Now again, it is short form, there's only 6 total levels. Of course you can replay things for a higher score. So if you are a fan of rhythm and voice acting, I would give this one a play, and hopefully you'll do far better at it than I did. And for the last game of our showcase this week, this is the demo for Poradora versus Monsters of the World. This is a 2.5D kind of action platformer, where you are traveling across the world to, well, fight a lot of monsters and pew your way around. The demo only showed off a few environments, but the main game boasts having a lot of places to go to, fighting lots of bosses, gaining lots of abilities, and kind of doing more and more jumping along the way. I like the 2.5D look and feel to it. I did have a few issues with some of the platforming here and there, kind of like my character not making a jump game caught on a ledge. The difficulty in this one is a bit hard to tell from the demo. The main content or the main levels felt pretty fair. The boss fight, however, was a bit frustrating. It's one of those games where enemies can approach you at a diagonal, but you can only shoot left and right. So you can have that situation where they come at just that perfect angle that you cannot hit them to save your life, well, literally in this case. But this one definitely has potential to it, and I would recommend it if you're looking for a 2D action platformer. I'm curious to see kind of how much more there is in the main game when it is released. This demo should still be up by the time you're watching this, and if you're in the mood for a challenging platforming escapade, I would give it a go. So with that, we're done with another indie showcase. So let me know what you think about these games down below. Let me tell you your game for a future stream and showcase. Please get in touch. And with that, I will see everyone for our next showcase stream and for more coverage coming soon. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more of my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.